event for September of 2021. My name is Vincent Tsay, and again, if you haven't watched this before, I'm a chess master, and I will be playing in this tournament and trying to win first place. So the tournament's going to start in roughly 30 seconds, and I hope everyone participating and watching this event has fun, and good luck to everyone involved. So if you want to know more about Chess4Unity and our events, be sure to visit Chess4Unity.com. Let's see. Okay, 10 seconds before the games begin. Hope everyone is having a good day, and staying safe as well. Okay, first game is beginning, and I am playing against Saltwater Crocodile. So let's see. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys see the game. Okay, so something is clearly glitching. So I have to refresh that. Okay, okay, now the game is actually starting. So, hope you guys can see if I'm playing or not. Okay, so it's d4, knight f6, knight f3, g6, g3, bishop g7, bishop g2. Just gonna play a normal opening and see what happens. Castle, castle, d5. Okay, c4. Knight c6. Okay, let's see. C65. Okay, sorry guys, there's some problems. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, some technical issues. I don't think you saw my screen while I was playing, so. Okay, now you guys can see. So, this position is a. So again, if you guys missed the moves, it is in the beginning d4, knight f6, knight f3. Jeez. Both sides fianchetto with their bishop. And knight c6 is, I haven't seen that move before. Should be interesting though. Okay, anyways, after knight c6, I took on d5, knight takes d5, knight c3, takes, bishop g4. And now I have this sort of hanging pawn structure, which is pretty good. So I'm just going to play h3, force him to either move back or give up the bishop pair, both which I think benefit me. Okay, e5. That's I think that's a pretty good move. Just trying to change the dynamic of the position a little bit. Okay, let's play e3. I don't want to change because I know I should be better in this position. So I kind of want to keep the pawn structure intact. Okay, queen e7 makes sense. Rook b1, targeting the b7 pawn. See how he responds. E4 looks natural. I just probably will play bishop g2, and yeah, should be like a pretty comfortable position for me. Bishop g2, now b7 still hanging. Okay, b6 makes sense. Now what? Let's see. Let's go queen a4 with double attack, knight attacking the knight on c6, as well as threatening this bishop a3 skewer. So that looks pretty tough. Okay, so knight d8. I mean, I guess now with bishop a3 you can play c5, but I think bishop a3 is good anyways. Here I can maybe even play rook takes b6, as a takes b6, queen takes a8. Looks like I win material there. So let's gobble up this pawn. Yeah, it's really tough. I think already I should be winning because after he loses this pawn, rook on a8, this pawn on e4 also looks like it's going to be lost as well. So 2 pawns should be winning. But again, it's not winning until you actually win. So I guess anything is possible. Okay, but it is a difficult decision for him. I mean, maybe knight e6. Try to just play a position down a pawn. But again, a pawn is only like this a small part of my advantage. I also have the bishop pair. So queen takes, he took the rook, and now I'm going to take his rook. And again, now rook b1's coming. Queen takes e4, obviously immediate threat. Just trading into an endgame. Okay, that makes sense. f5. And now I think rook b1 makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, there, queen d5, pinning the knight. Again, still threatening b6. Queen c4. Still threatening b6. I probably should have played queen b3. But yeah, this looks fine as well. Honestly, everything looks winning here. I'm also threatening d takes c5 as well, just to mention that. And takes, and then bishop takes c5. So I don't think my opponent is able to defend against so many threats. For example, if queen d6 is played, which looks like the most straightforward move here, I think I can play d takes c5, b takes c5, bishop takes c5. Yeah, and again, I actually might not have to play that. I could think about whether or not I wanted to do that or not. So that's not forced. Okay, rook a8, attacking this bishop on a3, but now I was thinking I can just play rook takes b6, because this knight is hanging on e6. Takes the bishop, I'll take the knight, and I'll probably win a few more pawns in the process. So. Yeah, so I still expect rook takes a3 to be the response, because, again, now bishop takes c5 is also a threat, because this knight is pinned. So I don't think there's really any way for my opponent to escape this situation. Yeah, I expected that, and now rook takes e6. Queen f7, now, okay, in the worst case I have rook e8, but I'm going to try to just quickly calculate if there's anything better. Oh wait, I don't even have to move that. I can just go bishop f, or I can just take on c5. There's so many moves, it's hard to decide this in a situation like this. Okay, let's take the pawn. My idea is, if he plays rook takes c3, now I have this nice double check with rook e8. And after bishop f8, now I can play rook takes f8, and queen takes c3 is next. So, small combination that wins a piece. But again, although my opponent missed that, the position was lost anyway, so you can't really recommend something better. Let's give check. Again, at this point, the position probably doesn't require much further commentary, but yeah. Okay, and there was this glitch in the beginning, but I still have 8 minutes left. So let's look at some other games. Let's see. Board 2 is Captain AL3 versus Wood Pusher. Hold on. One second. Huh. Normally I would find a way to get back to my game, but okay, open games. Okay, my opponent played king f7, not surprising. Let's take a pawn again. Okay, king there. Let's give another check. Right at this point, it doesn't really matter. Let's try to get the bishop in the game. Again, a basic principle, if you're winning, you try to trade pieces. If you're not, you try to complicate up the game. And in this case, I mean, honestly, I feel like this is a special case because I'm up so much material, I can just checkmate my opponent. But normally in this type of situation, you can just try to trade queens and win that way. Like, if it was some like normal situation, queen c4 would automatically force some sort of resignation. So it's just a common general principle. If you're better, trade pieces, because then it becomes harder for your opponent to defend. If you're worse, try not to trade pieces and keep as many pieces as you can in order to complicate the position, because you want, the more pieces there are, the more likely your opponent will make a mistake, right? Okay, so I win this game. Saltwater Crocodiles, you played well. Okay, let's check out some other games that are streaming. So, okay, one is Smitten Lava versus Bird T689, and this position looks like it just came out of the opening. And yeah, these positions are usually really complicated. Black has, the material is equal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 6 pawns. But black has these two a5 and b4 pawns, while white has two extra center pawns. And this imbalance usually means that whoever is able to push their pawns with accurate, like at the right time, usually gets the better of this position. And not to mention here, black doesn't have the bishop pair. I mean, white has the bishop pair, right? And black has two knights. So again, I would prefer white in this position because of those reasons. Okay, let's see. Okay, another game that just ended was Wood Pusher versus Captain AL13, which we checked. We're just checking. Let's check the whole game. See what transpired. Okay, e4, e5, Italian game. Bishop c5, d3. Okay. Bishop d2, a little strange to develop the bishop on this square, but I'm sure it's not that bad. d4, okay, knight a4 again. Good. Okay, at least now. Okay, queenside castle. That is a move that I would definitely not play, but because your king is extremely exposed on the queenside right now, and d5, a5, you allow black to push with so many tempos. Okay, now black opens the A file and sacrifices exchange. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure at this point it's already lost. B3 is coming. Bishop somewhere is coming. Bishop C1 or something. And yeah, okay. I mean, that was a nice attacking game by Wood Pusher. So let's see if we can check out some other games. Let's see who's still playing. Okay, third board is HDI Chess versus SYDK. So this position looks like, okay, this is obviously winning for white. White is pretty much up a rook. So let's see how this happened. Okay, so this looks like a French. If I were to guess, it would be a French. But okay, so this was a French. So e4, e6, d4, d5, knight d2, knight f6, e5, knight d7, bishop d3, knight e2. Okay, this is all like theory for white. Okay, I'm sure like knight b4 is a little bit strange, but personally I don't really like allowing this position for white. I feel like white has a good position here. Okay, and knight b4. Okay, knight g4. Interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, white is already threatening bishop takes h7, followed by knight g5 check. So, black had to play something like h6 or something. But again, that's not really something you want to do. Or knight f6 back is probably the best move. Okay, but you didn't see that, and now, yeah, white just completely took over. Winning a lot of material, by the way. Yeah, and now all he has to do is just double up rooks, and then, like, yeah, pretty self-explanatory to win this position. Yeah, or something like queen h5, fine, that's fine. Yeah, and just rook e8, rook e1 next, or something. It doesn't really matter what white plays, as long as it doesn't give up material. So this game should be, like now, for example, rook e1, and if something like knight takes d4, rook e8 is going to be checkmate at some point. Let's see. Let's check out some other games, because I'm pretty sure this one should be over. Unless some internet disconnection or time. Let's see what else is left. Let's check out this one. Okay, this one's also lost. Yeah, let's see how it goes, how it went. Okay, so it looks like really early on, white won a piece. Actually, yeah, he did it. Okay, so this is the basic Queen's Gambit declined, and e3 is a little bit strange. Usually, like, okay, I mean, I guess e3 is a move, but bishop f4 I've seen most often played to get the bishop out of the pawn chain. Okay, yeah, black usually plays c5 earlier instead of allowing e4, but I'm sure this is fine. Okay. Yeah, black looks to be totally fine here. Oh, he's up a pawn. Never mind. Of course he's fine. He's winning. I mean, not winning, but definitely much better. Okay, now he's completely winning. Right, up 2 pawns in endgame. There's no chance. Where's it? Oh. Oh, he blundered. Yeah. I mean, so if you have some position like this, honestly, let's go back to where you could be more precise. Like, you're 2 pawns up, right? Pretty much the only chance you can just play. Let's see, what would I do here? Honestly, there's so many moves. Like, for example, okay, you go here. Okay, rook f6. I mean, I would just try to get some pieces out. Like here, f6 or something. Yeah, the problem with this is that this rook is really badly located on h6. I guess gives white some counter chances. Yeah, but yeah, you definitely can't allow white to gain so much activity. I mean, like even here, like if you want to do something, you gotta play bishop f3. Oops. But yeah, definitely like made some mistakes here. Okay, so again, a piece is lost, and now it should be pretty easy, right? Because this pawn is gonna fall, and now queenside is also going to fall as well once the knight gets to e3. So, yeah, right now you can just take on d5, and then take, Or you can play g takes h4, rook takes h4, rook takes d5, rook takes h3, rook takes f5. Yeah, I mean, I would just take on h4 here. Pretty easy. Okay. Let's see what's next. Let's look at some other games that are still going on. Smitten Lava. Okay, that's also fine. Like I said, mentioned before, you're still gonna win. I mean, I'm going to say win, but chess is never over. Let's see. Let's look at the game Ruby D versus Matthew D. Huh. It's pretty similar usernames. They're both underscored D. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this looks like it was also a French, an advanced French variation. C3, okay, knight g7. Bishop b5 looks pretty strange after knight g7 because you just voluntarily give up your light square bishop. But let's try to focus on, okay, so black is already much better here. Like, already you can just play c takes d4, right? C takes d4. Oh, actually, yeah, c takes d4. Oh, this queen is still hanging, so. Okay, I guess this makes sense. Again, c takes d4, c takes d4. Okay. Maybe something like. Yeah, I want to see what it does. Okay, it looks like an interesting way of playing it. Okay, black did win a pawn. I mean, e5 doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I guess white is threatening knight c5 to gain some competition, so let's see what happens. Okay, but you kind of just allow this really equal endgame. The most likely result is a draw, but it looks like white is really overpressing here. Got the king to c5, which could be weak actually. And now this bishop is hanging. This pawn is also not in great shape. So yeah, I think black is already better here. Yeah, I think the advancement of the king to c5 was unnecessary. So let's see. Now let's just wait on to see what happens in this game. It's really nothing. Both sides are heading into time trouble, I can add, especially white. Yeah. Now after king b4, you're allowed d4, and then king d3 maybe. Or like king d3 here, and then rook c2. Yeah, this looks really bad, honestly. Yeah, everyone's in time trouble now. Okay, this game is still it's still the same position that we had before, and yeah, I'm sure that's probably not the case because both sides are like, yeah, it looks like moves are being played, but we can't see it in this game. So let's look at this game. Okay, this game, yeah, already somehow white screwed this up. Let's see what happened. Yeah, I mean, this endgame should be completely winning, but you shouldn't be trading a pair of pawns. Yeah, doing that, now you allow, like, because knight and rook versus rook is draw. And now it's difficult to see how he's going to make progress here. I mean, maybe you still can. But you already made the task more difficult. I mean, I could imagine something like rook d7 could have been good. Knight c5 maybe here. Yeah, in time trouble, white should be able to win this, honestly, because yeah, black doesn't have time to calculate these nuances of this position. Yeah, actually, I think this is clearly winning. Okay, but again, white is in huge time trouble. He only has 29 seconds left. It's just blitzing out moves. Okay, rook d6, nice. Rook d5. Rook there, check. Knight c6, nice. No, that's... Sorry, not knight c6. What am I thinking? Okay. Yeah, I think this should be good enough. King c4. Knight b6, fine. Rook there, check. The king's back there again. Yeah, it looks like white's not exactly sure how to make progress, so just playing to make sure you don't lose on time. I guess that's the mindset right now. Yeah, okay. Same position. Just waiting for one side to blunder. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that this position isn't winning, honestly. Like, white should be able to somehow get into a situation where both the knight and rook attack the a6 pawn. Like knight e4 right now, followed by knight c5. Or like even knight e5 in that situation. You even lose a pawn. Rook d7. What? Rook d7 is winning. Okay, white's playing pretty strangely, but yeah. King b4 maybe again. I don't know, but this is just like pretty crazy. Now rook b4 check is winning. Because if king takes a5, knight c4. Yeah, knight d5 is not a good move. So now, whoa. Oh, that's pretty cool. The idea is rook b4, king takes a5, rook takes b7 is stalemate. Now this is a draw. Wow, congratulations to black. That was a nice idea. Yeah, I mean, white definitely could have played better, but that's a nice find by black. Okay, so that was a pretty long game. Let's see if there's still these games left to play. Just refreshing this. Okay, so one more game, which was the game that we were looking at here. Apparently, I don't think you guys can see it, and so can I, but there's this really small screen where apparently it's knight. Oh, okay, yeah. And never mind. You guys see this. Black won. And that was the last game of that round. So. Okay, next round. I am playing Chessberry 2016. Good luck to you. So if you're just joining us, my name is Vincent, and you are watching Chess4Unity's third Saturday event, live every third Saturday of the month. And if you want to know more about Chess4Unity and what we do, be sure to visit chess4unity.com. Chess4, like number 4, unity.com. Okay, let's see. Rank. And this is round 2, by the way. And there's a total of 4 rounds. Okay. I basically just played the French, and now my opponent's playing the exchange French. So cool. Let's see how exciting this game can be. Don't worry, I'll make it exciting. Okay, bishop e5. This is going to be really exciting. Bishop d6. Again, this is all theoretical, so like this position has been played many times, and here the main line is to play c4 for black. For white, I mean. And there's this really long line that could happen. I mean, white can also just castle, honestly, and it should be equal. Let's see. Okay, c3, that's fine. Not like a really challenging move. Already this position can be said to be equal. Just normally in an opening, unless there's some crazy opening, black's goal is to equalize, right? White has the first move, black wants to equalize, and then from there, both sides can try to play a good game. But black first has to equalize in order to get an advantage, right? Assuming both sides don't blunder, by the way. Okay, now let's develop my bishop to f5. Okay, f6, which is actually a standard move in this type of position. If you're curious. Okay, let's play a6. What are you going to do with your bishop? Bishop d3 makes sense. Now let's play queen d7. And I'm just simply developing. Trying to... Okay, that's an interesting idea. Probably should have paid more attention to it, but I can take the bishop, right? Should I take the bishop? Okay, my opponent's not really threatening queen takes b7, so I don't have to take the bishop. Okay, let's take the bishop. Takes, and now queen e6. I think should be good. Yeah, because the idea is if queen takes b7, I have knight a5, which traps the queen, unless I'm mistaken. And I'm also attacking this e3 pawn at the same time. So, double whammy. Let's see what he does. Because right now, my idea is to play knight a5. I believe should be good. Followed by knight c4. What do you think? didn't also think about playing f5. It's very tempting, honestly. Okay, let's go knight a5 first. And if queen c2 is played, which I likely expect, which is likely, I mean, then I would probably think about playing f5. f5, the idea is to prevent from playing e4 and opening up the position, because clearly this bishop is very powerful here. Okay, now I'm going to play b5, which might not be great, but I want to prevent from playing c4. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. And now, let's see, I'm going to go knight c4, which should cause some sort of, which should be decent, honestly. I'm attacking e3, and a takes b5, a takes b5 is not that dangerous for me. And I'm relocating my knight from that awful square a5. Another general tip is always have a reason. Like, if you're playing a move and you can't explain why, then that's a problem. Like, you shouldn't play that move. There's always should be like a logical reasoning behind every single move you play. Okay, let's play c takes b3, rook b8. Let's go queen e4, because I feel like in an endgame, although I wouldn't have like attacking chances anymore, like my opponent has a lot of weaknesses, right? This e3 pawn is a weakness, this c3 pawn is a weakness, and this b file is also an advantage for me. So in an endgame, especially if he takes, f takes, and I'm allowed to get my rook to b2, I think that should be good for me. Okay, that's pretty clever, forcing me to go to an endgame in another way if I want to go into an endgame. How should I proceed here? Okay, my opponent actually could be threatening to play c4. So I'm actually going to go rook e8. Because now I'm threatening to play queen takes c2 because this e3 pawn is hanging. Right? So c4, then queen takes c2, rook takes c2, takes, rook takes e3. And a pawn is a pawn, right? If you can win a pawn, then go for it. You know. Okay. I mean, I guess that's logical, but at the same time, that could also be kind of risky. How should I continue? If f4 takes, queen takes f4, the good thing is that I get in. Yeah, I think let's just play h6. I feel like there's no like reason for me to rush or anything. Just make sure that something like knight g5 can't be played. And then we'll see what to do from there. If you don't know what to do, you don't have to rush all the time. Just another general principle. Okay, c4, yeah. So like I mentioned before, I was kind of thinking that my opponent could play this move. But I kind of overlooked the fact that I do have the idea of playing rook b3. So let's take here and play rook b3. Oh, and rook takes c2 fails to rook b2 immediately here. So you can't do that. So that was a slight oversight by my opponent. Okay, rook a2. Yeah, I mean, the idea is to prevent rook b2, right? But now I have rook b3. I believe. Rook b3, now I'm attacking this e3 pawn another way. So right now I'm up a pawn, I have the more active pieces. So that should equal technical winning advantage. And it is, but again, technical winning advantage is only technical, right? For a reason, because you still have to win the game. Winning is never easy. Okay, 95 seems like kind of like a desperate move, honestly. Don't really get it. Okay. Bishop takes c5 takes, rook takes e5. Okay, rook takes c4. Oh, this is actually quite clever. Rook takes e3. Rook takes c7. Huh. That is actually quite interesting. Okay, let's go. Bishop takes e5, but maybe c3 here. Should I do that? Yeah, I think that gives me probably better winning chances. So I'm going to win e5, but again, king e2 here is possible, and rook takes there, king there, king d3. Okay, but keep in mind, I am a pawn up, so it shouldn't be like that concerning. Let's eat this pawn, rook c1. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, now everything's winning, but let's see if I can find a way I like. Okay, let's just protect this pawn. There's no reason not to. Oh, actually, no, I probably shouldn't have done that. Allowing a little bit of counterplay. It's not, I don't like that. Okay, let's go rook c4. Let's just take that pawn on a4. Oh, that's kind of surprising. Thank you very much. Okay, let's just play king there. Okay, this person's quite clever. Let's go king e6. So I'm just trying to get my king in the game, right? Okay, I'm up 2 pawns, remember. That's key. So don't have to rush. I can always take on a4. Okay, let's just play a5 to make sure to fix this pawn on a4. Make sure it doesn't run away. Let's play king e5, because I don't really see what my opponent's idea is yet. Okay, let's just take this pawn now. Let's go rook a3. Check. Okay, king takes there. Okay, honestly, this should be an easy win, so I'm just gonna do it. This should be easy win, honestly, but yeah, I probably could have done something better, actually. Yeah. Why am I playing this position so badly? It's terrible technique I'm demonstrating right now. If you can even call this technique. Okay. Okay, let's push this pawn. Rook takes h6, I have king f4, which is important. Yeah, I'm just gonna push the a pawn if he does nothing, like king g2, just a4. And just see what happens, because rook takes h6 is always going to be met by king f4. At least that's my plan for now. Okay. Okay, now it's easy. After I play king f4, then it's easy, because yeah, if I lose one pawn, let's just give a check first. King h4. I can imagine me saying it's easy and then just losing this position. I mean, not losing, drawing this position. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna push this pawn. Okay, I gotta be a little bit careful. Just a little bit. This is what happens when you don't be careful. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this pawn for now. I'm gonna start moving my king to the other side. King's getting a little bit bored. Yeah. I think that's kind of why this position's so lost, because I can really just move my king to the other side. And white is not going to be able to defend against it, because this king is tied to this g4 pawn. Push. King g5. Now that I push my a pawn, now I can go back, right? Because this is easily lost. a2, rook b1, there's no way you can prevent that. Okay, so yeah, okay, good game. Good game, Chessberry 2016. So, I mean, that wasn't the best technique by me, but it did the job. So, probably plenty of places where I could have done better. But it did the job. Okay, let's look at another game. Okay, this is board 3 HDI chess versus H1 Terry versus HDI chess. So, what's going on here? So, this position again looks pretty complicated, but looks like black should be preferred. Really, because he has better bishop, more active pieces, and he's on pawn. Right? Simple explanations. Yeah, I think something like knight d7 or whatever should keep the advantage. So, curious how this game plays out. Let's check another game. There's only 4 games left. Let's look at Ashley Tien Chess versus Jason 543. And this position looks like material is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So material is equal, but honestly, okay, white has the potential of playing h5, right? But I don't, like, at first glance, I would actually prefer black, even though it probably just is equal, because black has more targets. Black has the opportunity to play d5, which white doesn't have. But of course, after h5, it's kind of difficult to see how to avoid everything being liquidated and just being an easy draw. Yeah, so I would expect something maybe like king f7 or something. Something like that. Okay. Okay, that's also interesting. Very interesting. Maybe even better than what I suggested, because the idea is if this e-pawn moves, it gives black the square king f5, and that's much better square than f7. So takes, of course. And now, yeah, I mean, maybe rook h6. Yeah, but it shouldn't be anything special. So let's look at another game. Yeah, okay, rook h6 was played, but d takes e4. Rook takes g6, king f5 there. Check. No, that's good for black. So what happens after d takes e4? Oh, rook takes g6 and then just move back to g8. Complicated though. Should be equal though. Let's go back to this position where we have claimed. Okay, c6 was played, which is logical. b6 is a little bit strange, but probably not bad. So, this looks a good position. Yeah, b6 was nice. Now, because anytime knight takes c3 happens, then this d file is open, right? So you can't do that. Today was an exhausting day. Okay. So that's HDI Chess, H Huang. Both sides have not a lot of time. So let's check another game. Rsum 90210 versus Bird TI 689. Okay, this game looks. Yeah, I mean, black should be winning, but anything can happen in time trouble. And this is like the type of position where black is winning, but can easily like lose if it makes a blunder, makes a mistake. Because obviously black is up a piece, but if you don't find a way to simplify, then could be in trouble because king side is pretty weak. Might secretly allow perpetual check as well. So, and plus there are so many options. Like, how are you going to defend that bishop? Okay, you're going to go queen d7, which looks pretty decent. Oh, wait, actually, yeah, that just looks winning because a queen trade is forced. So that's a nice move, really nice move by Bird TX 689. Yeah, white has no way to avoid the queen trade. And after the queens are gone, then it should be not that hard because these passed pawns are pretty strong. Okay, but here, knight takes f6, queen takes f6, rook f8, I mean queen d5, no, rook f8 first. And it's hard for me to imagine that white doesn't lose here. Now there's no attack on the king because white doesn't have any pieces to attack the king. Yeah, just rook f8 followed by queen d5, and you're putting this queen on a nice square, and a piece should be able to convert itself. Yeah, black must be winning here. Okay, let's stick to this game because I'm interested to see how it plays out. Although black is winning, still, pawns on c3, d4, e5, kind of hard to get rid of, right? Okay. These two moves were expected. Now, if I were black, I would just find a way to play b4. Once you play b4, you create two pass pawns. One on a4, one on c4, and then it becomes almost impossible to defend both. And you create this weakness on d4, which the queen always has to defend. So, I'm not sure what black's doing right now. Probably playing like rook g7, rook g8 or something. But, like here, right? Maybe b4 could be considered. Rook e8, okay. I mean, black really doesn't have to rush, so I guess rook e8, rook e6 makes sense. Followed by maybe rook g6. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Maybe rerouting the bishop to e5, f5, I mean. Still should be no attack, though, right? Bishop d3 or bishop somewhere. Okay, but now you allow the rook on f6, which is kind of annoying. See, there's a lot of activity going on here, and you're kind of allowing yourself to be allowing yourself to be more influenced by mistake, because now like what happens after queen e7? Queen e7 is something like e6, right? Like, you don't want something like that to happen, so although you're winning, you have to be a little bit careful. See, now like you allow queen takes h6 to come. Like, that's definitely not something you want. And now maybe white even has the advantage after yeah, g6, white is probably winning already. Yeah, so definitely a huge mistake by BR TI 689. But to be fair, it wasn't tremendous time trouble. So in time trouble, anything can happen. That's what they say. Okay, rook takes f3. Okay, yeah, rook h4. Oh, shoot! Rook h4 actually loses here. Queen takes h4, g takes h4, rook g8. Right? Black wins the queen back, and now this a pawn is gonna promote to a queen. So it's never too late, right? Queen takes h4, g takes h4, rook g8. But unfortunately for black, he ran out of time. So again, be careful, very, very careful about stuff like this, right? Instead of rook h4, maybe something like queen h6, right? If queen h7, queen takes f8. So king g8, now rook g4. Rook g7 is coming, and yeah, the rest is self-explanatory. But again, be careful, okay? Because in a real game, if you play rook h4, all of a sudden after queen takes h4, you're going to lose. So yeah, another general tip. Be very, very careful about your opponent's resources. Okay, there's still one more game left that we have of this round. And that game is this one, which Ashley Chan Chess versus Jason543, and this should be easily winning. White just marches to b7. Oh, but both sides have roughly 10 seconds left, so maybe there's some way that black can manage to flag white, but I doubt it since there is an increment in this time control. Yeah, now rook d2. Okay, but it doesn't really matter, but rook d2 would have been nice. Rook, king b8, rook d8. Like here. Rook d2. Right. Go to d8. Okay, yeah, but this... okay. Okay, so that was the last round of this. That was the last game of this round, and now round 3. I am playing HDI chess. So good luck, HDI chess. Huh? That's weird. Why can't I play D4? Oh, the game starts yet? Well, my timer is running, so. Can I play any other move? Knight F3? No. E4? No. Okay, that is really strange, to be honest. But that usually means I kind of like disconnected for a second, so. Okay, if it gets 14 and I still can't do it, I'm gonna refresh my page. Yep, my time is running and I cannot allow that. Okay, I'm refreshing my page. Hopefully it's better. Okay, D4. Okay, refreshing the page works, and now we have this D4, Knight F6, Knight F3, D6. Let's go. Let's go B3. Should I go B3? Yeah, let's go B3. It's a really strange move, but you know what? Why not? I mean, obviously this is not like the best moves for white, but let's just double fianchetto. Let's go C4. Alright, gain some space. And now we convert into a position where it is very King's Indian-like. Knight C3. Let's play E4. Very King's Indian-like position. H3. I mean, black has to take on D4 here. Or, I don't know, play something like Knight F8, which kind of looks a little bit strange, but, you know, you gotta do something. White should be perfectly fine with just playing Queen D2 or D1, right? If you don't do anything, that's gonna be my idea, and at some point, maybe take on E5. Okay. Oh, A6. Okay. I mean, at least that's like planning something, right? Let's see if I can play a5. a4. I mean, honestly, I don't really like that move that much because it weakens this b3 pawn, but oh yeah, definitely should not have done that. Now knight c5 is just going to be free. Yes, that was a mistake on my part. Definitely, at least, it's probably not like a huge mistake, but a positional mistake for sure. Now e takes d4, knight takes d4, knight c5. Yeah, already I think black equalizes here. And has the opportunity to play for something more than that. Yeah, that's seriously dumb on my part. So if you're just joining us, my name is Vincent Tsay, and I am trying to win first place in Chess4Unity's third Saturday event, which happens on the third Saturday of every month. And if you want more information about Chess4Unity and what we do, be sure to visit chess4unity.com. Queen c2 makes sense. Okay. At this moment, I don't think moving anywhere with the knight is like a really threat. Because knight takes e4, knight takes e4, and now my bishop defends knight on d4. And if you hear me complaining about a mistake, in this position after a6, I should have played anything, but definitely not a4, right? It's what I call like a positional mistake. Because after a5, now white is free. Black is free to put its knight on c5 without ever having to worry about the move b4. Okay. That makes sense. h5. Let's go rook a d1. Yeah, now my bishop is kind of, yeah, I'm going to think about rerouting, playing bishop c1, bishop f4, right? Rerouting this bishop to a more useful spot where on b2, it's not useful at all. Okay, but I'm curious, what is black going to do now? I mean, something like queen b6 makes a lot of sense. Oops. Oh, I can actually make arrows here. Oops. Yeah, so what I was trying to talk about is one of my ideas could be to play bishop c1, bishop f4, right? Targeting this d6 pawn. Oh, that's pretty cool. Whoa. Okay, another idea, I mean, f4 e5 is always an idea, but you have to be really, really careful before you play that. Okay, knight d7 was played, which I thought was a very interesting move. Which I think is a very interesting move. But I don't think it's that like much of a big deal, since I can just play knight e2. And now, again, I want to play bishop c1, maybe bishop f4. And actually, even like, yeah, see, this is the problem with playing a move like a4. Now this b3 pawn is hanging, and my queen has to defend this pawn, right? This queen has to defend this pawn. It's a weakness, and I'm probably never going to be able to get rid of it. But one thing I will note is for anytime he plays knight e5, I'm going to play f4. That's almost automatic. Nothing's automatic, though. And maybe one of my ideas can just be king h1. And f4. Actually, I just realized my opponent could play queen b6 in that position. Okay, wasn't played. I'm not complaining. And knight a6. Oh, okay, that's an interesting idea. I like that. You want to get the other knight to c5, and that one to b4. Okay, that's a very, very, very clever idea. That I will admit. Okay, I'm just gonna play knight a2, maybe trade off the dark square bishop, which I'm not even sure is like that good of a thing, but at least it gives me some targets on the king side to play with, right? If I trade off the dark square bishop, now squares like these are weak. And this becomes weak as well, so. Okay, this is hang. Let's go knight f4. Yeah, I'm gonna try to start some sort of initiative on the king side. Because clearly I am worse. Strategically saying. But I do have idea of queen f6, which I probably could have played the move earlier, but you know. Or yeah, I don't know, but at least now I have some targets, some ideas. And it's also important to see how my opponent will develop his position right now. The queen f bishop d7 makes sense. I was thinking just queen f6 and then knight takes g6. Looks tempting, really tempting. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, this b3 pawn is kind of useless anyways, so. I mean, worst case, knight takes b3, I can play rook takes d6, and material is restored, so. Yeah, I don't know if my opponent will, like, go for that. Knight takes b3, because, like, even just in general, it looks super, super risky. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. This is a pretty good move. What do I do now? So I just continue now, e5, knight d7. e5 takes, knight d7. Okay, let's go queen g5. No, my third is knight takes h5. So again, I mean, I could have just went back to c3, but rook at d8, and like I mentioned before, strategically, I kind of have a pretty tough position. Okay, queen e7 makes sense to trade off anything, I guess, and I probably have to trade it off. Else I'm gonna lose a lot of material. But at least I get to pick up d6. Actually, this might not be so great for me. Knight takes b3. What can I do here? Let's go knight takes e6. This bishop's gonna get way too strong if I just leave it. Rook takes, rook d1. I mean, the good thing is that these two pawns kind of hold back those 3 pawns, so maybe I should start advancing my pawns on the king side. I mean, actually, that's pretty much the only thing I can do in this position. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Let's see, 3. Right, I have to protect this a4 pawn, or else I'm just gonna lose. Okay, e5. That's a good move. I thought that was gonna be a pretty good move. Okay, this is not an easy position for me to play. I'm gonna be pretty honest. But let's go rook d6 first. Let's see if he plays king f7 or king g7. If he plays king f7, then I can think about f4, because then you don't have rook f8, right? If he plays king g7, then yeah, I still have to think about that. Oh, actually, I can still play f4 because takes, knight e2. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much have to do something quick. Okay, I feel like one mistake he did make. Actually, no, never mind. I can't call that a mistake. I was gonna say you should have moved this knight into play, but then, like, okay, for example, like knight there to c5, but then the other knight. Oh yeah, and then the other knight could go to d4. Yeah, that could have been better, but not easy to just. It's easy for me to say right now. Okay, let's go king f2. Actually, no. King f2 looks strange. Go bishop f3. My idea is to play f5. So, and then g takes f5, now bishop takes h5. Yeah, this position is crazy complicated. It's difficult to really even calculate, especially when both sides don't have a lot of time in general. I should probably keep the rooks on, I think. Yeah, let's keep the rooks on. So d2. 2 or 1? Let's do 2. Probably, actually. So knight b3, rook d7, right? Yeah, should be decent. I have to be careful in all the endgames because at some point, if he manages to play b5, it could be in a little bit of trouble. Even, like, let's say my knight moves and b5, sacrificing a pawn and pushing this a pawn could get me in a little bit of trouble. It's an interesting idea. Okay, but I have 92, right? Good thing is that I do have a time advantage, thanks to my fantastic time management. Rook d8 takes f5. Maybe. Oh shoot, I didn't even see that. Okay. Yeah, that was a very major oversight. I don't think I can afford to just Yeah, I think I have to win back that pawn, even if I have to defend. Oh shoot, now he goes knight c5. Can't even do that. Okay, so I think I'm already, like, in a technical sense, losing. It's kind of, like, surprising, especially in this position, but yeah, I don't even think I have any, like, sort of idea. Let's go back to d2. Oh, what is going on here? I have to find some way to trick him a little bit. Okay, let's go back. Oh no, this is not what I wanted. Gotta make the most of your situation, huh? If he wants to repeat, I'm just gonna repeat because this position is losing, but hopefully he plays on, makes something interesting. Yeah, so my opponent repeats for a draw, which, considering this position, is absolutely amazing for me. Something like rook d2, if he plays rook d8, honestly, I don't even know what to do, because knight e6 is next, and yeah, I'm just going to lose this position. But, yeah, luckily my opponent did give me a draw, which I appreciate. But, yeah, let's look at some other games. So, HDI Chess played well the entire game. I definitely could have played better, but, you know, learn from your mistakes, I guess. Okay, so apparently Austin Meng, who is, well, chess.com rating is 747, beat Wood Pusher. Let's see how that happened. Okay, this normal sort of opening. Okay, yeah, this looks, I mean, this is like crazy hard. Like, what the heck is going on? Okay, last round I am playing Austin Meng, the person who just won. Oh, not again. Are you serious right now? Okay, at least I'm white again. Okay, let's refresh this page, because, yeah, this is crazy. Anyways, if you're just joining us, my name is Vincent, and what the? Okay, let's go back to it. Okay, if you're just joining us, my name is Vincent Tsay, and I am trying to win first place in Chess4Unity's third Saturday event in September 2021. And my opponent right now, just to update my point total, I have 2.5 points out of 3. And now we are playing round 4. And I am not first place because Austin, my opponent right now, is 3-0. Won all 3 games. Very impressive. Okay, I'm basically playing the same thing again. Okay, my opponent switches it up. Every single time I've played white in this tournament, I've been met by either d6 or g6. Finally, something different. Probably should have played the London system, honestly. Okay, let's go to the Catalan here. Okay, my opponent's thinking for a while these moves. Bishop g2. Okay. It's interesting. Castle. Yeah, this is all theory. Theory basically meaning people have analyzed this position before. I've studied it. in detail. So let's see how much of theory Austin Main knows. Okay. C6. What should I do now? Let's just play bishop g5. Okay, knight b, bishop e7. Knight b d2. I'm going to sacrifice a pawn, but I'm going to get some play. Bishop takes f3. Rook takes d1. And although I'm down a pawn in this position, the idea is that I have a lot of play. The idea is that I have a lot of counterplay in this position. All my pieces are active, and that's a weird move. Okay, I think I should probably take. Oh, maybe bishop d2 is better. Yeah, but oh well. Okay. So my opponent's giving back the pawn, which is usually what you're supposed to do, in order to get the bishop out on d5. Okay, rook takes d5. I'm expecting something like bishop e6. Okay, here, what can I do? Well, rook c5 is possible. Rook e5 is possible. With rook c5, do I lose material? Yeah, I don't like that. Let's put rook e5. Pinning. So you can't take here because rook takes e7. Right, and now my idea is to play rook c1 or something, develop. Oh shoot, did I miss king? Yeah, king f6. Crap. Okay, rook d8. Let's go rook c1. King f6, now rook e3. Position should be pretty equal. Okay, b5, that's a little bit ambitious. Knight a5. Now these squares are weak, so. Okay, that is pretty crazy. There. Rook d2. Wow, emoji. That's funny. Okay, let's get an f4. Whew, rook takes c7 was suspicious, let's just say. Okay, rook takes b2. That is interesting, once again. Oh my gosh, what do I do here? King f8. Okay. Let's play a3 or something. Yeah. g6, nice move. Huh. Now what? Let's see. for some ideas. Knight c6, rook c2. Pin is really annoying. Let's go knight b7. Figured this would be slightly challenging to play against. Okay, rook a7. Hitting. Another great move, I think. Okay, if I play e4, b4 takes, rook takes. Yeah, I'm just worse there. It's not even like. Okay, I can't really see anything else to do. e4, b4. Takes this. God. Okay, let's just go for it. Yeah, b4 probably makes a lot of sense. If I play a takes b4, I'm worse than a pawn. Okay, if I play a4, b3, f5, honestly, there's no way I'm able to survive that. Yeah, no, can't do that. Yeah, honestly, I have no choice at this point to go for all this craziness. I mean, this. I mean, this should be a draw, but yeah, I have to defend this annoying position. E takes f7. If a5, I think I can play rook h5, if I'm not mistaken. Rook h5, a4, rook takes h7. Like rook a6 or something. Check, king takes f7. Whew, that is risky. Okay, rook h5, a4, rook takes h7, rook a6 or something. Okay, and now let's say rook a8, rook h8, king takes f7, rook c8, a3, rook back to rook there. Should be able to get back in time. Okay, let's go for it. Sorry guys, I'm not talking that much, but this is like one of those positions, that if you miscalculate, you lose. So. Should be a draw, based on what I'm thinking, but who knows? Yeah, I don't think this is. I would say this is probably a draw because I don't think he king d4 h4 c3. Yeah, I don't know if he would want to go for that. It looks complex, really complex. He is going for it. So then I have to go for it. I have no choice but to. Yeah, I still don't think I'm gonna be able to win this because I can't move my rook. That's the problem here. If the king just stays back there, it's just gonna be a draw. There's no way. I don't think any of us can make legit progress. yeah. I mean, at this point, the best I can do is bring my king to that side. And just take that pawn on a2. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Yeah, there's really nothing here. The only thing I can do is go take those pawns. Oh well. Yes, it's gonna be a draw. Most likely. Whoa. What? So apparently I won on time. Wow. I am pretty lucky, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, so apparently, okay, this position's obviously dead equal. Black just takes on a2, king takes a2, king takes h5, and it's just equal. But my opponent ran out of time. And, well, that leaves me with first place. But I got really lucky. So, anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed or learned at least one thing new from this live stream. And again, if you want more information about Chess4Unity and what we do, be sure to visit Chess4Unity.com. Chess4Unity.com. Anyways, thank you guys and stay safe. Bye.